Good morning, this is Attorney Patrick Silva coming at you from DUI TV. Today I'm going to explain what is a DUI or DWI. Now a DUI or DWI depends on what part of the country you're in, but in California, that's where I practice, we call them DUI, driving under the influence. Now what is it and what is the exact proof that they have to have? There's two codes that they're going to charge you with. One is called 23152A, we'll call that driving impaired, and the other one is 23152B, that's called over the legal limit. When you get arrested, you're going to see those two codes written on the middle of your citation, and you say, what is that? How do they know my blood alcohol level already? Well, they don't. They just write that on everybody's ticket. But driving impaired, that means they're going to look for things that are either physical impairment or mental impairment. That means they're going to try and give you the voodoo psychophysical test. They call them field sobriety tests, but that's just a name they give them to make them sound more credible than they actually are. And then you have the second one, which is just the number. Now let's attack 23152A. That's driving impaired to an appreciable degree. They have to look at things at, what type of driving were you doing? Well, if you're driving out after midnight, it's 2 a.m. and you're leaving the bar and they pull you over for no front license plate, is that an indication of bad driving? No. They pull you over for no tags. Is that bad driving? No. They pull you over for tinted windows. Is that bad driving? No. What you're going to see usually is they're going to say, oh, he was weaving. Now, in the case law, in all 50 states, weaving has 50 different definitions. But in California, in a case called People v. Perez, it's defined as pronounced movement for a substantial distance. What exactly does that mean? It means it's more than just a little drift from the center line. So they have to look at the driving, okay? And then the cops are going to say, well, he had slurred speech. What exactly does that mean? Well, I have a whole line of cross-examination where I tear up a cop on that. What's an odor of an alcohol mean? It doesn't mean what your blood alcohol content means. Then he's going to give you the voodoo test. Well, here's the winner for us. In order for those voodoo field sobriety tests to be counted in court, the cop has to give them right. And he has to give them what's called under NHTSA guidelines, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. I haven't met a cop yet that could accurately give them or know how to give them. Remember, the NHTSA manual, the one that we use, is 465 pages. I broke that down, have almost everything memorized in it. Now let's talk about the B count, 23152B, over the legal limit. Just because you have the number doesn't mean the number's right. Now, you're going to have two types of numbers. You're going to have a breath number, and you're going to have a blood number. So you might have one, the other, or both. Well, here's the problem with breath. Breath is guessing what's in your blood. It does it by what something's called a partition ratio. It's an exchange factor that the machine is calibrated on to say for every one part of alcohol that we find in your blood, it's equal to that same part of alcohol that's found in 2100 cc's of your breath. I spit out a lot of stuff there, but this is what it means. It's a conversion factor. The problem is that conversion factor has a huge range. The machine's set on 2100, it could be as low as 600, as high as 3000. What does that mean? That means if you blow into the machine and it's a 0.10, that means truly you could have been below an 0.5 or as high as a 1.5. That's the problem with the breath testing. And then we have to look at the blood testing. Blood testing, man, that's a whole nother set of problems. But where I practice primarily San Bernardino and Riverside County, LA County, Orange, I'll take San Bernardino, Riverside. San Bernardino is outdated by about 25 years on the machine they use. It's called a single column gas chromatography, and the American Board of Forensic Toxicology in 2014 stopped certifying those labs for the testing of alcohol in a person's blood. It says it's not good enough. They are going to change to a dual column, but that's on the horizon. Same thing in Riverside. So in a nutshell, I think I gave you a minimal explanation of what's a DUI or DWI. So they have two things they have to prove, either driving impaired to appreciable degree or over the legal limit. Now you can imagine there's 100 different subsets on each one that I attack a case on. This is Attorney Patrick Silva. Have a great day.